Hey guys, Maniac here with GameAccess.net, here with the God of War Origins Collection demo. This is only Ghost of Sparta.
The Ghost of Sparta had taken his place amongst the Olympians as the God of War. The bloodshed, the relentless battles had finally brought him here. Ares was dead, and though Olympus beckoned, visions of his mortal existence still haunted him. Help me. Kratos knew that this was not a mere vision, for with the gods, nothing was ever as it seemed. The vision of his past set Kratos in search of answers. Answers that lay in the temple of Poseidon, deep within the city of Atlantis.
This is not a wise course of action, Kratos. It was a dream, nothing more.
The visions still haunt me, Athena. The visions you promised to take away. But this vision, I can change.
Perhaps it is a vision best left unchanged. There is more to this than you know. Please.
Okay, this is the God of War Ghost of Sparta demo. The thing about Ghost of Sparta is that this was the second game released exclusive to the Sony PlayStation Portable. It's only about 5.5 hours long. The PS3 version includes not just Ghost of Sparta, but the first PSP game, which is The Chains of Olympus, which is a longer game. This game takes place in between God of War 1 and God of War 2. I can talk a little bit about my first experiences with God of War. I first saw God of War, the first time I ever saw it was at CompUSA, ironically enough. They have a demo unit set up with, when I usually go in there and see it, whenever I buy a case of balls or something. And I thought it was a fun game. I thought it was really good looking. I thought it was a really well looking for game for like a, just for a PS2 game. I never really played it though until, I'm not going for the red orbs. I just don't have time. I want to get this under time. Okay, that thing looks big and nasty. These God of War games always have an opening, always open up with this big, nasty thing you gotta fight in the first level. Let's try to beat this thing up. I never actually got to play the first game up until, my friend Twitch from twitchgaming.wordpress.com had to play it, had me play it over at his place. I thought it was actually really good. I thought it was a really fun looking game. And I've been a God of War fan ever since. Now I have noticed something about these cutscenes. I don't know if you can pick this up in the games itself. It looks a little blurry. I don't know if this is because it was a 720 game that's being upsampled by the PlayStation, or if it's because it was originally rendered on PSP and it's being upsampled from that, or if it's the fact that this is a demo. I don't know. And here's our first big baddie of the game. The Scalia. Now I don't know exactly what this thing is in Greek mythology. That thing looks painful. Or what its major story is, but it looks mean. This thing looks really mean. Let's try killing it. I really do like the fact that for this game they did upsample the graphics to higher, the high definition. I'm also noticing that there's no aliasing. There might be some aliasing that you're noticing based upon the video transmission, but I'm not really picking up any on my TV. And the last thing I'm noticing actually is that the graphic shaders look pretty good. Reminds me very much of the first time I played God of War on the PlayStation 2. I really did like that look. They really did a good job of making the game look great on the PlayStation 2. And of course, you got all this blood from Kratos, you know. It's a staple of the industry, Kratos being covered in blood. I also are noticing the God of War button, the button sequences. They actually have the fact that they put the buttons on the specific section of the screen that it falls on the controller really helps out, because for people that are just picking up a PlayStation 3 game and are not familiar with the location of those buttons, really helps out. So. Of course, we have those great water effects, very reminding of God of War 1. There are 2 red orbs down there in the water. I'm not going to get them because I just don't have time to. Just for your information, this is Atlantis. Atlantis was originally supposed to be an environment in God of War 2. It's in the deleted scene documentary in God of War 2. And right now we're going to pick up the first magic of the game, the Eye of Atlantis. It's really a cool power. I don't know why, but for some odd reason, all the magic powers in God of War games are always like, at least for water-based ones or Poseidon-based ones, always have to do with electricity. And of course, I have all the magic infinite. I like that all the Poseidon guys, all the Atlantean warriors are all fighting with tridents. Aquaman would be proud. Yeah, this was supposed to, I think it would have ended with like a battle with Oceanus the Titan. Here we have Minotaur fighting some warriors. Minotaur is a classic staple of the God of War games. Rope swing. The use of these controls, let me tell you, having the right thumbstick back for this game really does save a lot of. Yeah, that's nice. Let's see if I can do this. This is also this attack has been a staple of the Minotaur finishing moves since the beginning of God of War. Always yields health. He's back. The baddie's back. His presence is felt. Yep. Having the L1 R1 attack, I think the first time that's ever happened was probably the Colossus fight in God of War 2. But like I was saying, this game actually does share a lot of ideas that other God of War games has actually had. I played through Ghost of Sparta on the PlayStation 4 as well as Chains of Olympus, so I'm very familiar with this game and what's in it. And a lot of the ideas that were brought in on this game definitely were ideas that would have probably ended up in other God of War games. Like for example, the idea of Kratos' brother being the important plot point was originally from teased in God of War 1, as well as him visiting his mother. That happens in both happens in this game, and both were originally teased in the unlockable cutscenes, the secret cutscenes in God of War 1. That's not saying that that's never happened. Like I said, Atlantis was supposed to be in God of War 2. You don't fight Oceanus the Titan, though. That was kind of disappointing. Just showing this here. Yeah, you have access to this in the demo. You do not actually have access to this weapon in at this point of the game. You don't have it until the very end point of the game. Unless they change something, which I doubt. Rock in place. Okay, I can't fight these guys. I wanted to fight the Blade when I came back, but I couldn't. Yep. I'm noticing some really good graphics here. This is in 1080p, and I'm recording this in 1080p. The game itself is a native 720, but I do think it has some kind of upsampling capabilities, just like God of War Collection did. It looks phenomenal. I'm not noticing any aliasing at all. For your information, that there might be red orbs down there. This is actually the third time I'm doing this Let's Play. I've actually recorded it twice previously. Both times got rejected from YouTube because of length. So I have absolutely no idea whatsoever why YouTube has an arbitrary time limit on its videos. Or if they do, I think that it should be 30 minutes as opposed to 15 minutes. I actually had the ability to actually do videos of any time I wanted, and I actually was able to produce some pretty good videos because of it, but they took it away for no reason. I have no idea why they have an arbitrary time limit, but it's done nothing but hurt my ability to produce videos. And here we're wasting some time on this elevator. Now you really notice here just the graphical abilities of. It really reminds me of like the kind of graphic rendering that they use in God of War, the first God of War game with the water and everything else. Really looks great here. Obviously, it does not look as good as God of War 3 looked, but I can live with that. You know, they're going for the art style that they went for with the PSP games, and they want to stay true to the origins of the God of War. Yes, and here we have this big guy. I can teleport. Since I have the magic, I'll just use this on him. Not that tough a guy, he just likes to throw stuff at you. Finishing move. And of course Kratos is going to smash this guy's head with a rock. But it's not over. We have the big baddie up here, still showing his presence. And here Kratos is going to go right at him, just like he did in God of War 3's, in the God of War 3 demo. He just charged right for the Titan. Now I'm probably gonna have to stop this for time, but this is a teaser for the new for the game. This shows clips of God of War Chains of Olympus and God of War Ghost of Sparta.
The pillar is destroyed. The world will revert into chaos.
I really do like, you can tell here actually better than in the other cutscenes, just how good they made these cutscenes look for the high definition release of these games. These do look really good.
Your suffering will never end. Ghost of Sparta.
Kratos, the ghost of Sparta, had taken his place amongst the Olympians as the god of war.
Kratos, your brother does not have much time.
My brother lives. He lives!
They will all try to stop me.
Nice.
Let this happen to me. And you think I would forgive?
And we're going to cut it off here. This is Maniac with Game Access. Over and out.